If you with them sports, you already know. You should tune in to the All Pro Philly Show. All Pro Philly Show. Yeah, y'all know who hosted it. Be Jerry Evans and Jerrold. Colton. They speaking them sports, the convos open. No matter the debate and where you go. That's NBA or the NFL, MLB or the NHL. That's men and women and them colleges too. Philly, you know we got it for you. You already know. Jerry Evans. You should tune in to the All Pro Philly Show. If you with them sports, you already know. You should tune in to the All Pro Philly Show. All Pro Philly Show.
A good evening and welcome to Chickies and Pizza in Marlton, New Jersey, and the All Pro Philly Show. I'm Jerrold, Colton, your host. Been having the good fortune all season of sitting here every Monday night at Chickies Pizza Marlton for the All Pro Philly Show. Usually I have a co-host in Jerry Evans for the first hour. Couldn't make it today, and Jerry is the All Pro. But this guy should have been All Pro this year, was the All Pro for Pro Football Focus, the starting linebacker on their All Pro team, and the starting linebacker, leading tackler for the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles, number 57, T.J. Edwards. Hello, buddy.
What's up, Jerrold?
I have not seen you since the post-game, what should have been a victory celebration, but the post-game celebration at the Sheridan Wild Horse Ranch in Arizona last Sunday evening after a really, really tough loss. How you been doing since then?
Yeah, man, I feel like about, as good as I can be, and it's weird. You play that last game, and all of a sudden the season's over. So it's a different feeling, but it's good to be back here for sure.
Well, we've had such a great season and such a great time doing the show with you. And although the ending was heartbreaking, I'm not gonna deny it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
and I've gone through a full gamut of emotions since that time and done everything I can to sort of get over it and cope with it, because it was crushing. It was something after the season had gone so well and you come so close. It hurts for everybody, but nobody more so than the players. But take us through the gamut of emotions that you have felt over this last 8-9 days.
Yeah. It was, after walking off that field and, the last time with my team and not being able to get it done with, after what I felt was such a good year. And, it hurt. Never felt the pain like that before. And I've lost some big time games before, but nothing to that magnitude. But it was just, and then after, you just embrace everyone there that was on that journey. And, you can look back now and, be proud of what we did this year and things like that. Obviously, just, you want that big one. Like everyone wanted that big one. And but sometimes it doesn't go your way.
TJ, it's interesting because having been around sports my whole life in some capacity, been next to and around teams that won championships like the 83 76ers and the locker room with them, and then a whole lot more that lost and a lot that came close and lost. I've also found that players react differently to those things than fans. As fans, we put all our passion in, we root, but we have nothing to do with it and no control, and it hits us differently. As a player, I found that it's actually sometimes an easier thing to cope with, not that you don't care about it, but because you do everything you possibly can to win and you leave it all out there on the field. I know you did.
Yeah. I think that's, one thing we can be proud of was just, everyone just gave everything they had, and some things didn't go our way. Probably didn't play our best game. And I think that's probably what hurts the most is, we knew we needed our best and we didn't have it that day, but that's football. That's the game you play, and that's the business we're in. But no, it was definitely crushing for sure.
Well, TJ, there's a lot of different things I've thought of since that time, but I want to also capture the whole experience you had, because you've never had anything like that. I mean, you played in a Rose Bowl, and I know that is quite an experience.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like the Super Bowl. It really is the biggest sporting event in the world, and the whole, at least all of American sports world, and then some is focused on what's going on down there. You were a part of that. So take us through some of the highs of the week and the great experiences that you had along the way.
Yeah, I had no idea what we were getting into or anything like that. Never been on that stage or anything. And obviously some guys on our team, in 2017 were there and they experienced it a little bit, but I just think it was chaos, man. I mean, And you get down there, you have the big media night and everything like that, and that's like unlike anything I've ever seen before. Just with the amount of cameras and the different types of media crews there, and everyone's excited. Like you said, I do think it's probably the biggest sporting event in our country, and it was, you're just grateful to be a part of it. It was awesome to be, spend a week down there in Arizona with all of our team, and some friends and family joined later, but wouldn't trade the experience for anything, for sure.
Well, TJ, look, it's crushing to lose, but ultimately, only 1 out of 32 teams is standing at the end, and I'd rather be one of the two that play in it than the other 30, right?
Exactly.
You got to appreciate that, and even if you look at like the GOAT, Tom Brady, who played 24 NFL seasons, he won 7. That's 17 times he didn't win, including 3 Super Bowls. I mean, everybody experiences losing, even the biggest champions, and it's just part of the game and part of what you grow from and learn from, but it doesn't have to take away from the experience. That's what I really want to do here tonight. We've had such a great season, a 14-3 regular season that had just 2 sort of bumps at the end anyhow when you were resting or Jalen Hurts was trying to come back, and then 2 great playoff victories that put you in the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, like you said, not necessarily your best game, but there's a whole lot of other things that contributed to it, and we're not going to dwell on that, but give me the feeling you have of this whole season, because it really was obviously the best personal season of your career and the best team season. And this was one of the best teams, if not the best Eagles team ever. At the end of the day, you don't get the Super Bowl, but it was just an incredible season.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely incredible, just like you said. I felt that there was something special brewing from OTAs when we got here in April. I mean, I think everyone was just driven and just ready to get to that mountaintop, and you could feel just everyone kind of coming together every single day, and there's not a bad guy on the team either, and that really helps the experience. And I think that's really rare in especially this business that we're in, where personal accolades and all that mean a whole lot, but just a bunch of unselfish guys who honestly were just coming together to go win a Super Bowl. And I think looking back, I think that's, kind of what hurts the most is, I felt that it was such a special group that, we deserve to be remembered in a different way. But I'm sure Kansas City is saying the same thing. So that's, that's hard to say. But I loved this year. I loved this team. I loved everything about how the season went, the highs and the lows. And, everyone just got so much better and learned so much, and wouldn't trade it for anything.
I have loved it too, and I really appreciate you doing this with me every week. It's been one of my favorite football seasons that I've ever seen.
It's been awesome.
One of my favorite teams, and you've made it really especially great. We got even Pete Cherokee, the proprietor of Chickies Pete's, came out to honor you today. Look at him. Just see if he's paying attention. He'll come on with us next segment and talk a little bit. We don't have Carl Fredrickson at the bar over here. But TJ, there's so many things that go into a Super Bowl, and the public sees only some of it. People ask me, what do you think the hardest part of a Super Bowl is? And for me, some of it is focusing on the fact that you're playing a game.
Yeah.
There is so much stuff around. You mentioned your family is there and your friends. And for everyone else, it's a celebration and a party. I mean, I saw Sheryl Crow from about the distance we're sitting apart in a pregame show, and all sorts of other stuff is going on all over Scottsdale. We were at Waste Management, Tucker and I, the golf tournament, which is crazy. And it's just, it's just really a party. But you're there to play a football game and to work, and not just a football game, the football game, the biggest football game of your life. So how is it about trying to shut out those distractions and focus on what's at hand, and how difficult is that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the whole, kind of whole thing about it is there's so much going on that week, and then, you throw the Waste Management in the same town, and there's just so many people in, and I think, you're practicing at a different facility, you're doing recovery at different facility, you're using a different locker room. There's just so many things that are different. But I do think that's the challenge of it, and I think that's the NFL knows that. They know that that's what the challenges are, and it's what team can handle those. And I thought we handled those so well. I thought from day one we were just so focused on just the game, and I thought our coaching staff did such a good job just keeping us level-headed and making sure that we're there for the right reasons. Our schedule stayed the same, which really helped a lot. Just being able to kind of get into your routine as best as you can was big time, and I think it really paid off. And it's an amazing experience. That was our biggest thing, was don't be too extracted by everything going on, or let it take your mind off everything, but be, present, be in the moment, kind of understand what's going on. And I thought we definitely did that for sure.
You run out of the tunnel every Sunday, or some Mondays, but for every game you're in that tunnel. It had to be different right now, that tunnel, for Super Bowl Sunday.
It was a lot different. Again, unlike anything I've ever felt. You just run out in the field and you see like BG and all of our captains like in the rafters there. It's just it's really cool. It kind of all hits you. And we were talking about it. Just up to the kickoff, it was like it just felt like forever. Like felt like so long until we the ball actually kicked off. And Brandon Graham, he was standing right next to me after the national anthem, and I was just like, man, like, what are we doing? Like, let's go. We just did the national anthem. Everything's done. Like, let's go. We're still waiting. And he was just like, man, just look around and enjoy this, because as soon as that ball's kicked, like, it's going to be over. And really appreciated him saying that. It really put it in perspective for me and a lot of my teammates, honestly.
From my standpoint, I was actually surprised that the roof was open. I don't know if you expect that, but it was such a beautiful, perfect day in Arizona. But we got to see that flyover. You wouldn't necessarily see it, and it was quite a chilling thing. And I was, listen, I'm not playing the game, so I'm allowed to be emotional. Your head coach was emotional. He's crying during that show.
Yeah.
I watched you even do your kneel and pray, because you were right in front of me where that was before the game. How did you control your emotions?
Yeah, I think, here in Stapleton do the national anthem, I don't know what it was, but I think it hit everyone, man. It was hard not to tear up a little bit, just to, be in that moment and on the biggest stage and everything like that. But, once it's all said and done, I knew that the only way I'd be at my best was, to stick to my routine. And every game I, get on the knee and pray and just be thankful of, the opportunity, and realize what a blessing it is to be playing the sport I love for a living. And, that's kind of always my thing. So just trying to be in the moment and not make it bigger than what it is and just a football game, but definitely easier said than done, for sure.
Bigger than what it is. It's pretty freaking big.
Yeah, pretty big.
There's only hundreds of millions of people, and I don't know, everyone kind of living vicariously through what you're doing out there for those 3+ hours. There were, in 2017 season and in February 2018 when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, a bunch of things that just all broke the Eagles' way. It almost felt like it was meant to be. There were literally 5 or 6 things that, had they gone the other way, might have changed the outcome. It was the Alshon Jeffrey touchdown, the Corey Clement touchdown, the Zach Ertz touchdown, the Philly special, and Tom Brady dropping a pass, Brady getting sacked by BG and fumbling at the end, the last ball in the air hanging and knocked down.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there were about 5 or 6 things in your game that all went against you. Any one of which, had they gone the other way, would have been. And I'm not saying by any means, that there's a cosmic karma thing to do with it, but it felt like it almost there was at the end.
Yeah.
Because you only can control so much. You do what you can do, and unfortunately, they all went against you. And I'm going to go through them just one by one. I don't want to stay negative whatsoever, because we're here to celebrate you and you celebrate the great season. But just to touch on them as we say goodbye to Super Bowl 57. I thought it was a good omen. There was your namesake, your number sake.
Yeah, me too.
Number 57, but whatever. But Jay Wright, who knows a few things about championships here in Philadelphia, he coached at Villanova for over 20 years, won 2 NCAA championships, which is unbelievable to accomplish, but also lost in a Final Four. And again, as I point out, in an over 20 to almost 30-year coaching career, he lost a lot more than he won in games, so he knows about it. And twice won the ultimate. And he had written this to a friend of mine who's a part owner of the Union. The Union had that tough finals loss in overtime this past fall, the same day the Phillies lost their championship. Sort of set the tone for what's been going on here. Get to the precipice, but not quite over. But Jay Wright wrote this to one of the owners of the Union. I think it's very pertinent to your organization. So I thought I'd share it, because it has to do with, this is coming from a champion and sort of the coping mechanisms that I read it a few times because it helped me. I think Jay Wright is an authority. So here's what he wrote. I watched the game. And this is referring to the Union Championship. But again, to me, I think it's pretty germane to yours. I watched the game. Even though you're crushed, it's not about championship. It's about how you compete day in and day out. The championships are God's will. You have to have a culture that puts you in position to win championships. You guys have done that better than anyone. When the disappointment wears off, please celebrate the commitment to excellence. As a leader, that's all you can control. You've done it back-to-back years, and you've been now in Super Bowls in 2 out of the last 5. The consistency of excellence should be celebrated. I'm proud of you. I hurt for you, but I'm in awe of the consistency of excellence. Love you, my brother. Those words to me sort of capture it. You can only control so much.
Yeah.
You guys have done so much as an organization and you personally to get you in that position. And then unfortunately it was a little bit out of your control in the end.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a great way to put it. I feel like, again, just everyone coming together, including, the front office, the coaches, the players, the training staff, the cafeteria crew, just everyone put so much into this year, and that the standard was just so high in terms of what we were doing, and everything needed to be perfect. Everything, and we'd do it again if it wasn't. So I just think the way that this place is built in terms of the culture that was here before I got here, and the culture that will always be here, I feel like, and that's from the players that are here. I think people are truly understanding of what it takes to be a really good football team and a really good player. And as long as you have those leaders and guys like that, I mean, right after the game, BG just brought it up, and he said how proud he was to be part of the team, and just so happy that I got to experience this year with this group of guys. And you really try your hardest to look at the positives. Our league is so cutthroat in terms of you're judged off of wins and losses, but there's a lot. It all goes into it, but it's still people that are doing these things, and it got real emotions, real things that go into it. So I think everyone was just so appreciative of everybody, including the city, including the people that supported us, and couldn't have done it without them for sure.
So take us in that locker room after the game. I'm there crying. Everyone else is crying in Philadelphia. You're there. You've left everything on the field, and the great season is over. What kind of words did Nick Sirianni have? What do you guys have for each other in those locker rooms, which have been really festive this year?
Yeah. I honestly, I'm trying to look back. I feel like that day, that whole part of it was just so cloudy. A lot of tears. A lot of real emotion. After you put everything out there, but Coach Sirianni was definitely obviously he felt, he hurts just like we do, and every week he's emotional because he's in the game like we are, and he truly understands kind of what we're going through, and I just felt he was the same guy though, which really meant a lot to us. He was hurt himself, and just wanted to know that how appreciative he was for the season, and for everyone in there, and I think that's big time coming after a tough loss like that.
All right, again, we don't dwell on the negative here ever, and we're certainly not going to do about the Super Bowl. But I have a picture to show you. They can't see it on the radio or here, but do you see myself and my son Tucker there?
I do.
Before the game. Do you see who that guy is that I'm pointing at right there?
That's the grass guy. I know
that's the sod father. Now, for those who can't see, it looks like I'm poking the Pillsbury Doughboy in the belly, and it's a guy.
Yep.
My father's here, Harris Colton, who's 90 years old, who looks great for his age. This guy's 94, and he doesn't look good for his age. And he's a guy, and we talked to him, and it was like, oh my God. This was before the game we talked to him.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my God, this guy's in charge of something?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. So you actually had to play on that field. I went down there after the game. I couldn't believe they played the Super Bowl on that field, just without using it as an excuse, because I know no one in your organization has. Just tell us what that field was like.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was tough. It wasn't great. But at the end of the day, it was hard to get traction and things like that. But at the end of the day, both teams are out there playing on it. Both teams have to figure out how to, it's just like the rest of the week. You kind of got to find a way to make whatever you got work. And I felt that we definitely, slipped in some big time moments, but again, we were playing on the same field as they were, and that's a tough part, but definitely didn't help.
So when you went on the field pregame, was that the first time you were actually on the surface?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know your specialist had gone there about Thursday, because I had spoken to Tyler Brown about it, and he was already telling me how bad it was. It was bumpy and slippery. People didn't really mention the bumps, but the bumps were all over the place as well. And it's really amazing. You play this game, the biggest game in the world, and they have a subpar field. It's absolutely mind-boggling. But what adjustments did you make? Did you change? No one has. It really hurt your pass rush. And I watched the game over again on the coaches' film, and you just saw Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat, guys who wreaked havoc on opposing quarterbacks all year, just never being able to get their footing on that grass. It just seemed the way you guys are tailored and made up, it had more of an impact on you guys. And I love hey, both teams had to play on it aspect in the way that no one's used as an excuse, but I'll use it for you. So anyhow, tell me what adjustments you personally made.
Yeah. And we got a great equipment staff. So, everyone had different cleats with more studs in them that were able to get into the grass a little more. I put some on for a second, and I didn't like the feel of the cleats, so I kept my regular cleats on. But it's just one of those to where I still don't think it helped much. But we were ready to adjust, and I know probably I want to say more than half the team switched their cleats probably after the first couple drives, to be honest with you.
Well, Greg does a great job. I know he's got everything
he
available for you. Just a couple, when I mentioned there's 4 or 5 things, I'm just going to tick them off. There's not really much to discuss with him, but, Jalen Hurts was virtually flawless, not only in that game, but all year. The guy was so sensational. He took care of the football. I think he had 6 turnovers or something all year long. And he played a game where he was over 300 yards passing, over 70 yards rushing, rushes for 3, throws for another touchdown. It was just a magnificent performance. Yeah. And unfortunately, the one turnover of the game came on an unfortunate play, uncharacteristic. But it was a series. It was a sequence that Gainwell slipped on that turf, followed by an unfortunate jump by Isaac, who had a great year also. But on that same play, by the way, watching the coach's film, Kansas City was offsides at the same time. I don't know if you've gone back and watched. No. Have you watched it?
No.
And you probably don't want to, and there's no need to. It's not going to change the outcome.
Yeah.
Because you get unhelpful watching.
Not bringing it back. Yeah.
But all those things led to it, and then of course, like I said, the unfortunate punt return, which I know you're part of that unit. It's got to kill, and quite as an unfortunate drop, and then last but not least, the holding penalty at the end on Bradbury, and look, to his credit, he comes out and says it was a hold. I disagree with the guy did. I mean, look, whether you held him or not, that's the issue. The issue is whether you call it or not.
Yeah.
And just on the equipment thing, by the way, and I want to ask you your opinion about this, if you guys think about this, because I was told this by a Belichick-type coach a long time ago, that when you're playing a team in white uniforms, you wear white gloves. And James actually had a dark green glove on it. Maybe it makes a difference. I'm just curious. Do you go by that philosophy ever? Do you think about that stuff?
I know when I first got here, the O-line actually were telling me that's what they do. That when you're playing a team wearing white, you wear white gloves just so it's harder to see certain things. But I don't know if that changes it. I think it's such a judgment call and such a
bad judgment.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. I felt they let it go most of the day, but it's tough. You can't control when those go your way or they don't. So that's the hard part.
Well, the whole time, and when I watched it back, TJ, was that Mahomes was under pressure, and he basically kind of threw the ball away. Mm-hmm. And if James did hold him, and he admitted he did, and there was maybe a slight shirt tug, but it was sort of an inside route, and it wasn't anything that slowed him up really.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to catch that ball because it was way over his head. And then the ref didn't throw the flag too well after. And as I watched the game film, there were so many worse offenses all game long. So it's just the timing of the last 2 minutes of the Super Bowl. And once you throw that flag, and you're not thinking this way because you're still in the field trying to make a play, but it really, in essence, ended the game anticlimactically and took away your chance to come back. And it just was really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, no, it's tough. I mean, again, those guys, they got tough jobs, and they got to see a lot. They got to, they got a lot of areas to cover, and it was a tough call, one that necessarily didn't go our way, but that's kind of how it goes.
We got a little feedback here, but anyway, we got such a good crowd here, and everybody wants to celebrate the great season. So we're going to dwell on it. We're going to go back and go over some of the highlights of this great season. We're going to talk about the exciting times that are upcoming for you. We're also going to hear from our proprietor and host, Pete Cherokee. So you are listening to the All Pro Philly Show. Eagles star linebacker, leading tackler, TJ Edwards, Jerrold Colton on Fox Sports again. Stick around. We'll be back right after this.
Fox Plant Radio, the Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
In Cherry Hill, watch for slowing on 70 eastbound between 73 and Maple Avenue. The right lane's blocked due to a spill. We've got a crash in East Whiteland, Lancaster Avenue at Plainbrook Road. A little bit slow on the Schuylkill eastbound Conchock to Belmont. Westbound Heavy University to Girard. 95 northbound, so Betsy Roster Bridge. And southbound, so approaching Bridge. All right, to tell a total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. 2 for $6. The best deal in fast food. When you want the best deal on the best meal, choose Wendy's 2 for $6. Pick from Dave's Single. Spicy chicken sandwich. 10-piece crispy
I don't know
nuts,
how
or a medium strawberry
feedback just
lemonade.
comes out of
Pair
nowhere.
any two for just $6. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Dollars.
I think they tried cranking the PA up on their end, so I got to adjust.
I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter.
They are very low on my end, but it's fine because I can just boost them up.
Yeah. I mean, I got them cranked as much as I can.
Like Josh, quote.
Otherwise, I'm going to get that
I
feedback.
was excited to try Navon. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my god!
How long do we have?
What a sensation! So much mucus.
Only a 3-minute break, so you got a minute 45.
Okay.
Breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life.
Do you want highlights?
Over 100,000 online reviews praising Navon. The all-night
Probably not.
people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
This February, Xfinity Flex is unlocking premium entertainment for you to try every single week. No strings attached. Celebrate during Black History Month with shows like Unsung the Decades. Snuggle up during Valentine's Day with a Lifetime movie club pick like Harry and Meghan, A Royal Romance. Or crank up the action with Godfather of Harlem from MGM+. Get down and funky with the Classic Soul playlist from iHeartRadio. Easily discover new free content each week across the best streaming apps. Say
45.
Chris, this needs to go to Parkville by 3.
Joy to the holiday packages that keep coming at Jimenez Couriers.
It's coming your way, but the drop-off location is changing.
She needs delivery drivers with the gift of punctuality.
Anyone looking to pick up some overtime? Anyone?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards
Stand by.
Terms and conditions apply.
Sean Brace here. I got a question. Were you or a loved one involved in an accident? Don't gamble with your personal attorney choice. Top Dog Law gets the job done. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com. Once again, topdoglaw.com.
Every Monday night, it's the All-Pro Philly Show Extended Edition with Eagles linebacker TJ Edwards. Live from Chickies and Pete's in Marlton.
You're up.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me at my own place. You know, this is great. This is wonderful. Yeah, I got carded. I was very happy about that. Yeah. We're lucky to have you guys back. We really enjoy it. I think that, as you can tell, that the locals, they love it. You know, bring a little entertainment over here from Philadelphia, and the Marlton people love it, and they're very supportive. So we're glad. It makes the week. You know.
Well, Pete, for us, it's really great. And I did the first year over in South Philly, and the last two have been here. You definitely have different crowds here as opposed to South Philly.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to go into what the differences are, but they're definitely totally different. And just so everybody knows, I'm going to as well announce it now. Now, TJ Edwards, to all the women, he is officially off the table right now. He's getting married this weekend. It was wonderful, beautiful fiance Kelly over there, and yeah, that's here for Kelly. And just so you know, he is definitely getting the better end of the deal.
Pete, you got all these women now using their steak knives on their wrists here.
Yeah. Well, I know it was a draw in the crowd, but this is the last show, so it doesn't matter now. But we spill our guts.
And Kelly's been here almost every week.
Yeah. But good luck with that. That's great. Congratulations. It's a great institution.
So you take great care of the players. They all go over to your
Yeah.
great establishment in South Philly after
We
games.
love that.
And TJ goes there with his family when they're in town for sure. But tell Pete some of your favorite Chicky and Pete's dishes.
Oh, I mean, I eat the fries every single time I'm there. You know, probably too many to be honest with you. But
Oh, you're lean.
yeah,
You're
no,
good.
I got to work out the next day after going.
As long as
there
your tux
after the
fits.
He works out every day anyhow. Don't worry.
As long as your tux fits, don't worry about anything.
But Pete, you are not just one of the staples of this sports community with what I think is the finest group of sports bars in the country, maybe
Thank you.
world.
Thanks.
And that's not just my opinion, even though I'm biased
Thanks.
with my relationship with you. But
Having
that is
good
voted
team,
that way.
having good teams around you doesn't hurt either.
We've had a great,
You know,
run.
so we've had a good 5 years, 6 years. We've been in the hunt lately. So I mean, that really helps.
and we're hoping it continues. And
Oh,
certainly-
and I'm sure we will.
And,
I'm
and,
sure we
and
have.
you know how it goes. I mean, you're a Philadelphian like me. You've been through heartache and heartbreak, but the next season comes and you hope it keeps going.
Yeah.
And we're into baseball now, and
Yeah.
the Sixers are coming down the home stretch.
Let me say that getting to the big game, whatever it is, like whether it's the World Series or the Super Bowl, especially the Super Bowl because it's one game. To me, the NFC Championship is the real game. That is the game. It doesn't get any better than NFC and AFC Championship. They're the two real games. The other game, the Super Bowl, is made for TV. It's not like a real football game. It's entertainment, and it's a lot of different things, and it's bad grass, and it's all kinds of crap, you know. But
Well, it's interesting. And TJ, I want his opinion on that. Definitely bad grass, by the way.
Yeah.
we went there. But,
well, if we would have won, it would have been great grass.
but I mean, listen, it is an event more than anything else.
It's an event, and getting to it is really the difficult part. It's a one game. You win it or you lose. But getting there, having the record that we had, it was the greatest season I've ever lived in my entire life. And that's a long, long life. But there's the best season I ever lived. These guys gave us more entertainment, more energy, no quiet. Let's hear it for the Eagles. Come on, TJ. Yeah, there you go. Who said no? My mic was off. Anyway.
but you know, you went out there with your whole family.
Oh, man.
And how great was that experience?
It was of course I take my whole family. All three sons go with me, my wife, and we just love going to the Super Bowl every year. In fact, we book it even if we're not going to be in it, you know. But the fact that we were in it, and you know, we were able to stay with the players. I stayed at the same hotel as you guys.
Heck yeah.
Sheridan Wild Horse Ranch.
Wild Horse Ranch. Giddy up.
And that would have been the greatest
And at the
celebration
end,
party.
yeah, they the celebration. There was no celebration because we lost, but they still had the party.
Diplo and everybody in the house.
Diplo, Questlove, who was that? 21 Savage, and DJ Khaled, who was positively my favorite. You know, DJ Khaled, he was great, but he actually did both parties, Khaled.
He did the winning and losing
He
party?
did.
Yeah.
Is that allowed? That traitor?
He's everywhere.
Yeah, he had to change his songs up a little bit. He was playing We Are the Champions. Whoa, wrong one. But it was great. It was a great season. I think we'll have more seasons to come that will be great, but nothing will be as great as this season. And that, even though we didn't win a big game, nothing will be that great because, like I said, the ride was so great. Every Sunday you were winning a game, and then like the whole week was good. Monday through Saturday was great. And next thing you know, you have another game and you win again. You're like, this is great. Unbelievable. And then you have another game, another week. Oh, here we go. Who are we playing? Oh, Gals. And we win again. It was like, you couldn't stop winning. It was the greatest thing ever. I was starting to say, there's nothing to talk about on the radio if everybody keeps winning.
Well, you know what? That's just one thing I used to say every week with TJ was the only complaint I have, and it's not a complaint, but this season has been too smooth. And it's almost every game has been like, you know, they're almost anticlimactic at the end because they got the big lead and they were cruising the second half. And people were almost criticizing them, but it was an unbelievable season of dominating just about every opponent, taking care of business.
And even though the injuries seemed like a lot for us, it really wasn't a lot.
It really was.
Really, they were light injuries. Thank
we had
God.
way worse in 2017 when they won the Super Bowl.
No. Or when we played before in Jacksonville, when Tio had the foot and he had to get the
Well,
surgery.
that one was, yeah.
You know, and we only barely lost that one too. I mean, it's not like anybody's getting blown out. It's not like Patriots against the Falcons. You know what I mean? It wasn't that kind of game. We played
I hope
great.
not, yeah.
We played great. It just the way it fell. I mean, these guys. We played against the best, and we were the second best. You know,
I don't
if you
believe
ask me-
that. Unfortunately, the scoreboard said that. Otherwise,
I know. I'm just saying the way it turned out at the
I know
end,
it,
but
yeah.
I think we had a better team, but just not that day, maybe.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I'm not gonna listen. I don't judge the team. I just need the team to win. I love the team. They're my team, whether they win or they lose. I'm gonna be behind them all the way, and I've always been that way, as you know. And we support the Eagles just like we support the Phils and the Sixers and Flyers, but nothing like we do with the Eagles.
I know. I know you are really not just the owner of the best sports bar in town. You are #1 fan as well. So last thing before I let you go.
But I could use a new ring. Another ring.
TJ's going to get a ring out of this. Unfortunately, it's not the ring you wanted, but it's still a nice.
They'll still get a ring.
I wanted this one.
You know what? Listen, you want the Super Bowl ring, but when you
Yeah,
don't
but they
have
get the
one,
NFC
the runoff's not
championship.
bad. If you already
The
have,
NFC championship.
if you already have a Super Bowl ring, the NFC championship, you don't like it. Now it'll be a nice moment.
It's a nice gift.
It's actually always more wearable than the Super Bowl
Yeah.
ring. Also, you can actually wear it because it's smaller, it fits on your finger. You have a Super Bowl ring, don't you?
Of course I do.
Damn right.
Of course I do.
You took a lot of hits during
I was
that.
getting fitted for the second one. I was, yeah.
I actually have a 6
I have a couple soul rings too.
Oh yes, and you guys
I have
owner of
2
the
soul
he's
championship
he's won
rings.
championships with Jerry Evans. And I actually have an NBA championship ring that was my uncle's from 1983. I didn't do anything to earn it, but
That doesn't matter where you get them.
it's quite a nice thing.
Most people look at your hand when you're wearing it.
It doesn't matter. Then we should go round something. Anyway, no, but Pete, the last thing is this, and I really do want you to share it because knowing you so well and the passion and the person you are on the mic right now is who you are all the time. What is your philosophy about the people that come to your restaurants, and what do you try to create for them?
We try to create an environment with great music, good sight lines, great TVs, which is not everybody could buy a couple TVs, 38 inches, 48 inches. We have screens, walls, video screens. But the most important thing that Chickie and Pete's does, and not only Sports Bar do, is the food. And our food is what puts us in a different bracket, in my opinion. We're totally in a different level. Everybody's got, hamburgers and this and that. And, but do they have the best hamburger? No, but we try to be. Do they have crab fries? Do they have anything indigenous to their place that they invented themselves, which we have? So not only are we stand alone in restaurants, but we stand in stadiums and push that Philadelphia feeling and Philadelphia flavor all over the country. So, on NFC Championship Day, the AFC Championship, we're in both stadiums. We're in Arrowhead and Chickies. So we're selling fries, crab fries in both stadiums. So to me, it was like the best 2 teams that could be in it. I couldn't have done any more, stretched it out any further.
No wonder you love the
That's
NFC
awesome.
Championship and AFC Championship.
Yeah. And I have Andy as a customer.
I know. And I know
He can
he's
eat.
a friend. And yeah, I mean, he alone takes care of business.
Fortunately, this is out of his ears. He won't be able to hear me, but
All right, last question for you is, tell the story to people how you invented the crab fry.
I invented the crab fries by accident. I ordered too much seasoning for cooking crabs one year, and my father was screaming at me saying, "What is this? What is all this seasoning? What are we going to do with this? It's September. The season's over." I went, "Oh, great. Good, have him on my back." So when I started mixing it together and putting it on potatoes and giving it away for free to all the customers. So I would make it, and they would say, "Oh, these are good." And then the next day I would make it, "Oh, these are better." And I would go make another seasoning, a little different, but writing it down each time. And they were like, "These aren't good. Go back to the ones yesterday." And I did this for like a year.
Wow.
And I wouldn't do it every day, but I had the same customers every day in my original place. Just old guys that came in and drank shots of beers every day. And they finally said, "This is it." And I went, tried it. It's like when you go get your eyes checked and they say, "Does it look better like this or like this or like this or like this?" So I came up with this recipe, and it had to be good enough where everybody would like it, and we had no option. So if you look at the menu at Chicken Pizza or at the stadium, it doesn't have plain fries or crab fries. It just has crab fries. So it had to be good enough where you're not going to refuse it. Every once in a while, if somebody gets scared, I have an allergy of shellfish. There's no shellfish in there, believe me. But that's what people say. So that's how I came up with it. It was a total accident. My father hated them. He thought it was the most stupid thing I've ever done. He said, nobody's ever going to buy these things. And little did he know, I found a few customers. Yeah. Thank God. But God rest his soul. He never saw he really never saw the victory that I had.
Well, we all love them, and certainly we appreciate you so much. Thanks for having us for these.
Thanks for doing it here. Thanks for thinking of us, TJ. Listen,
best.
Best of luck, my friend.
Thank you.
And I wish you nothing but happiness. And I'm sure you're getting started off real well here. You have a great wedding coming up this weekend. Nothing but luck. I hope you have great weather. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you so much.
You got it, my brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man who put the Pete in Chickies and Pete, the crab and crab fries, Pete Cherokee. All right, when we come back, we're going to look ahead for the life and times of TJ Edwards and his lovely fiancée as they go forward with both their lives and football careers, and appreciate the great season that we just finished for the Philadelphia Eagles. So stick around. You're listening to the All-Pro Philly Show. TJ Edwards, Jerrold, Colton, Pete Cherokee on Fox Sports The Gambler.
It was a hell of a season, and we were there from the first ref debacle.
Hold on, we got laundry.
All the way to the biggest ref debacle.
Flood, foam. It's an automatic first.
But next year we'll be back.
How long is this?
And we'll do better.
I am absolutely steaming.
Why does it keep doing that?
Just ended.
Leaving you unsatisfied for the next
Drive me
7
nuts.
Good job, great effort.
When you look at officiating, I don't think it's ever been better in the league.
Philadelphia's Fox Sports The Gambler.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Come join our growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away.
I'm sorry. How much time did you say?
3:30.
Thank you, sir.
Jake from State Farm here to answer your what ifs. State Farm, we're there for your
That's so weirded. Then no feedback the entire segment until we went to break.
You don't ride an elevator for the music, and you don't pick an airline for the movies.
Figure it out, Kyle.
Why have the commercials been doing that, by the way?
It's the home for story.
Because the other pod, there'll be 2 pods on it.
Yeah, it's
Epic
wiggity
adventures,
whack.
Chilling mysteries, shorts, comedies. Audible is the home of storytelling. Let your imagination soar with audiobooks, podcasts,
Let
and
your
originals.
imagination
Start a free
soar.
trial at audible.com.
Wendy's 2 for $6 lets you mix and match some of our best items. Like Dave Single with the 10-piece crispy nuts, medium strawberry lemonade with a spicy chicken sandwich, spicy chicken with the Dave Single with the strawberry lemonade, strawberry lemonade. If you're into that. Chicken Sam, crispy nuts, strawberry lemonade, Dave, nuts, Sam. Whew. Pick what you want at a price you want. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $6. For a limited time, price of participation may vary at U.S. Wendy's. On the card only, single item at regular price.
Noble Gold Investments is pleased to let you know that gold is the best investment class for 2022. Real estate, crypto, stocks, and bonds, gold outperformed them all in 2022. So what are you waiting for? Open a gold IRA or silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments this month and receive a free 1/4 ounce American Gold Eagle coin with every qualified IRA of $50,000. Call Noble Gold Investments at 877-646-5347. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold Investments and their thousands of 5-star reviews.
This week at Macy's, find your new favorite jeans with 40% off Levi's looks for him and her just in time for spring. Or use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 15% off handbags and wallets, already 40 to 50% off. And take an extra 10% off great furniture and mattress deals too. Plus, Star Rewards members earn rewards
How much time do we have?
faster during Macy's Star Money bonus days. Savings off sale and clearance prices.
Time. Thanks.
Pete
After an April-like President's Day with temperatures in the 60s, tonight the clouds increase with some showers developing late tonight for night low of 43. And for your Tuesday, it's still mild with a high of 56 degrees, but more clouds and sunshine with a shower or two and creepy on the breezy side. I'm meteorologist Cecily Tynan with your 6 ABC Active Weather forecast.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The new Crispy Melt Taco is now at Taco Bell. It's a freshly fried shell with a melty cheese blend and your choice of seasoned beef or black beans inside. Try it today at participating Taco Bell locations for a limited time only, while supplies last. Contact local stores for prices, hours, and participation, which
30.
Shred.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Nate Burleson. Check out my new podcast, The Process with Nate Burleson. It debuts with my first guest, Rihanna. Her interview was just a taste of the heat we will bring you here on The Process. I'll talk to A-list celebrities, athletes, and visionaries about their process. What steps did they take to achieve greatness? New episodes of The Process with Nate Burleson drop all year long.
Stand by.
Radio app or wherever you find your podcasts.
Making plays on Sunday and now taking you behind the scenes. It's the All Pro Philly Show with TJ Edwards, right here on The Gambler.
Go.
Welcome back to the All Pro Philly Show. We are live from Chicky and Pete's, and I got to shed a tear. This is our last segment of what has been a fabulous, fabulous year, and I appreciate my co-host, TJ Edwards, the star linebacker for the Eagles, so much. And we are joined by someone who's with him almost every show. I try to ice that. Pretty much. I'm talking to Pete Shiroki, our proprietor, while hosting his show at the same time, but he comes first. And we are also joined by Kelly, your lovely fiance, who will share your last name and life together, being joined in holy matrimony or whatever this week down in Cabo. So I don't want to give that away. I don't want everyone to send Cabo. Everyone's crashing the wedding in Cabo. But Kelly, welcome.
Hello.
For me personally, one of the great things about this year has been getting to know the two of you so well, but your families, and it's just been great. So Kelly, I know it's been a great ride, and you've been here through TJ's entire time basically in Philadelphia, which has been 4 years to start off with. Will he make the team? And winds up with him being a star linebacker playing in the Super Bowl. How's it been for you, and how was your Super Bowl experience?
Oh my gosh. Super Bowl experience was absolutely amazing. I went down there on Wednesday, so I had a few days to hang out, and it was just a good time, nice and relaxing, kind of just prepare for the Super Bowl. And I will say the Super Bowl, the day of the Super Bowl, it was probably the first game that I woke up with no nerves. I was just excited and happy that they were here. And honestly, to watch TJ live out his childhood dream was just perfect, honestly. Obviously, we didn't get the outcome we wanted, but it was just awesome to see him live it out. So.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. She got there a couple days early too, and we got to hang out a couple days. It was perfect.
It was so
like
great.
normal.
It was great. Yeah.
It's such a nice area,
Mhm.
and listen, your defense coordinator is now the head coach there. That happened immediately. And your linebacker coach Nick Rallis is now the defensive coordinator. So you got some big fans of TJ Edwards who are running the Arizona Cardinals now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah.
You never know how things are going to wind up. Of course, one of your former coaches is coming to interview for the defensive coordinator here with the Eagles as well. So you just never know.
You just never know. You never know.
TJ, there was a play, and I'm going to get more into the personal game, but I don't want to gloss this over. Late in the first half, last play that Patrick Mahomes was on the field, you bring him down, and the guy we knew was nursing an ankle, and you got him around the ankles. Everyone at that point's hitting me saying, it's over. No, obviously it wasn't, but you didn't do anything extra. I mean, it was a very clean tackle. You just happened to grab him around the ankle.
Yeah, I got hit with like a bunch of just like it was like such like a dirty play, but I was like, it's a tackle I've made, all year. But yeah, I mean, it just felt good to get him down, and he's a tough dude, and it clearly didn't affect him too much.
He is something, and I was a little scared of that factor, a little scared of the Andy Reid factor, but I felt like Kelly did. Just excited. I thought we were going to a celebration. It was mostly, so it was all good. So Kel, talk about what's going to go on at the end of this week.
Oh my gosh. Big things happening. Now he's really going to get a ring this weekend.
Yeah, we're go ahead, babe.
What? Oh, no, we're getting married on Saturday and in Cabo with around 80 of our closest friends and family. So it's going to be a good time.
I'm sure
excited to enjoy it.
I mean, not just the wedding itself that you've been looking forward to for so long, but
Mhm.
the season has been a lot to focus on and
Mhm.
stress and everything.
Yeah.
And, it's going to be nice to just get away and
Yeah.
have that time to relax and
And
enjoy
focus, yeah.
each other, the families,
Mhm.
and everybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, this season's been great. Honestly, one of the most fun seasons I've had ever through TJ's 4 years, and just watching him get to play his heart out and watching the day in and day out hard work and dedication that he puts in. It's really fun to watch it all come to fruition. So.
All right, TJ, looking back over this great season, if you were to point out a highlight or two, what would it be?
I don't know. I think it's tough to. I just felt like the entire year it was all incredible. I mean, even you just appreciate the, not so great moments that happens, the tough games that we lost, but in the end they really helped us out. So I'm just so appreciative and blessed to be able to spend this year with the whole team. And I felt from day one there was something special going on, and I got to come home to my dog just wagging her tail at me, and Kelly Jo with a meal ready to go, and we just enjoyed everything about it. We were trying to be so present because we know how fast these things go, and I thought we did a really good job with that.
Well, I enjoyed it certainly every step of the way. But Kelly Jo, if you were to pick 1, 2 specific highlights, is there anything that stands out?
Number one would probably be the NFC Championship for sure. Just being out on the field and giving him a hug was probably like my absolute number one. But other than that, I feel like we talked about in the beginning of the season just to try and stay as present as possible. And I think we really did that. And football is so much more than just football. Like hanging out with family, getting close with family and friends was a huge highlight aside from the games. So. And hanging out with you every game day.
I loved it.
That was fun. It was a good
Thank you
time.
for including with your family and friends because it was great. And then the last question I have for you regarding the Super Bowl is that, all the families were there, all the wives,
Yeah.
girlfriends, and everything. It must have been a great bonding experience because I know you really became friendly with a lot of them.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a tight group.
Yeah, no, it was. And honestly, a lot of the other girls that kind of said the same thing. There's been a lot of girls who've been with the Eagles for a while, and everyone has agreed that it's been one of the best seasons so far. And just the guys felt something too, but the girls did too. We really felt that connection with everyone, and just the love and support that we had for everyone was awesome.
All right. Little business thing before we give a nice little send off, and that is TJ. Because of the way contracts work, I know the Eagles actually announced that they sort of terminated contracts today, and it's people will take it the wrong way because it's not like releasing. It's because of the proration of the signing bonus over the years and the fact that you had a voidable contract and it was going to void anyhow. But you and it was Bradbury also, Hargrave and Kaiser White. Doesn't mean none of you or all you will be back. But if you look forward, now comes the business side of football, and you came in as an undrafted free agent. You spent 4 years here. Became a starter, became a guy who was recognized as an all-pro for PFF, team leader in tackles 2 straight years. It's really come full circle for you. As you look forward, do you hope to be here?
Yeah, I definitely hope to be here. I know we both have kind of made this place, kind of home to us, and we would really appreciate everything about Philly in general. And I think we both kind of knew the situation at hand that. This is my last year on my deal, and just with how the league works, it's pretty rare to be in one spot for 4 years. So again, we're just appreciative that we were here and we got to experience it, and that we treated every day the same, and we just wanted to be present. And, I think we tried about as much food as we could. We tried to go to as much sporting events as we can, and yeah, we absolutely love it here. We got our dog here, and so we would definitely love to be back.
And we want you here for sure. So unfortunately, the business of the National Football League can be cold, and one day you can be playing together as NFC champions and loving each other. The next day go separate ways, as we do with Jonathan Gannon, et cetera. But regardless, thank you so much for an amazing 4 years, in particular this year. Thanks for sharing every day with us. And we are going to send you off in a certain way. Pete Cherokhee's back up stage. Pete, listen, we didn't get to pop champagne bottles in Arizona last week. We're going to pop one right now. This is celebrating TJ and Kelly's engagement and wedding coming up. So pop that into the microphone. There we go. And let's give this poor little one do a little champagne toast.
Oh, man, that's incredible.
To my co-host.
Oh, man.
That's incredible.
So listen, again, I have felt, as I say it every week, the luckiest man in Philadelphia getting to sit with you every Monday night. And I don't want to shortchange my co-host, Jerry, also. It's such a pleasure. And this has been such an enjoyable season for all of us here in Philadelphia. And I've had a special inside seat with you. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been amazing being here, every Monday with you guys has been amazing. We were lucky to have a lot of victory Mondays. So just so appreciative of this place and Philadelphia in general. It's really became like home to us. And hopefully it's not the end of us for sure. So thank you guys and really appreciate it.
Well, you're invited back next year. And also, not for nothing, you came in 1 week after suffering an ankle injury. You come in, you get back from the West Coast at 5 o'clock, you come in. Thanks for showing up in the good times, the bad times. Fortunately, they were mostly good times.
Mostly good.
Sure. And especially tonight when you probably didn't want to do another. So let's spread this around.
I love this.
Me too.
Kelly and TJ, thank you for an amazing year. And congratulations on your way. We wish you all the best of love, health, and happiness. And Super Bowl.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And to all the fans here, thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out tonight and all year. Everybody listening on Fox Sports The Gambler, we appreciate you. Stick around. John Jensen will be right on with the line change. And I also want to thank our sponsors all year. Of course, Chickies and Pete's and our proprietor and host, Pete Cherokee, the best place for your in-game experience, where the players go like TJ Edwards and the rest of his teammates. We had a Flyers game on here. The Flyers actually won an afternoon game today. That's a good sign. And the Sixers are coming down the home stretch. Philly season will be starting. And it'll be football season before you know it. It really is the best place to watch games and for the best food around. We also want to thank Pico Energy. If you're looking for ways to save, Pico has energy answers to make your home or business more efficient. So you can save energy and money. Visit pico.com/wave to save. And all season long, we've been driven by Mall Chevrolet, South Jersey's #1 Chevy dealer, online at mallchevy.com. Got to thank John Jansen back in the studio, who will be going right after us, / all year long engineering us and being able to hear us, hopefully, here and elsewhere. Appreciate you so much. And, of course,
last I heard, we're good.
Staff. And mostly, thank you all for coming out, listening. And my co-host, TJ Edwards, thanks for an amazing, amazing season. All the best on the marriage and the future career. On behalf of TJ, I'm Jerrold Colton saying thanks for listening. We will catch you continuing on Fox Sports Gambler, and we'll be back next year with more of the All-Pro Philly Show, Eagles edition.
Clear.
9 to noon.
Brett Brown joins us.
Colin Cowherd from noon to 3.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you, sir.
Ticket with
You want to come help me clean up?
Only
Nope.
you can
All right, man.
Here's to it right here on Fox Sports Radio. The Gambler.
I will talk to
Fox
you.
Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
We've got bumper-to-bumper traffic on the Schuylkill westbound.
Anybody wants to say